again.
Yeah,
so that's how it started. Though, is like we just needed something to do. And at that point, were you still drinking at that point?
I think
you had just like
not enough. Sorry.
No, yeah, I'm good.
I'll get a round one.
No, you're good. So I'd recently quit drinking. So let's go deep into this shit. We're just gonna talk about my sobriety. I got to a point when I was drinking like a 12-pack a day. Like I'd get off work, grab a 12-pack, and just fucking pound it back. I got 2 kids. Like I'm just being a fucking asshole at this point. And we went to the Highland Parade.
Yeah, my favorite.
It's a great parade. I don't remember this one, but like it got to a point like told my wife, I was like, we walked up to the parade from our buddy's house, and I was like, hey, I got to go piss. I'm going to go back to the house. She's like, all right. I walk back to the house. I start peeing, and all of a sudden, next thing I knew, like I straight blacked out, and I was just covered in piss on the ground. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ. And like, I can't go tell my wife how fucking drunk I am. I've been pounding back Bloody Marys.
Let the good times roll.
Fucking, I let them roll. It was a Sunday before work, too. And then I was like, I told her, I went back and I was like, hey, I just pissed all over myself. We got to go. And she's like, no, like the kids are having a good time.
This is family day.
Yeah, this is family day. And I'm like, but I'm shitty drunk pissing on myself.
I'm not trying to laugh at you. I'm just thinking about if I went back and told my wife, hey, I just pissed all over myself. We got to go. Their response that I would get.
About the same. Like, go fuck yourself.
You're a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
Deal with
stop
it.
being an alcoholic. And
that's great.
So I was like, all right, I'm going to go pass out in the car. She's like, all right, cool. So I wake up and we're driving at this point. My wife's fucking furious at me, obviously. And all of a sudden, I'm like, pull over, and then just all in the fucking car. And I've been drinking Bloody Marys all fucking day.
It's rough.
Yeah. And so, like, there's throw up all over the goddamn
And it's
car.
never cold here in winter, so it's probably 80 degrees.
Dude, and her interior's like light gray and shit, too. It's leather, so it wiped off pretty good, but there's still some red stains up in the ceiling and shit. And so the next day, I was just like on my way to work at like 3 a.m, and I'm just like, I fucking hate everything. Like you know that hangover, you're all depressed and shit. And I was like, as I got to the Red River Bridge, I stopped at it and got out, and I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna jump. Like I can't do this shit anymore. And then some made me just go to work. And that night, my daughter was like, I don't like it when you drink, because it makes you sick. And I was like, oh, fuck. And that was the last drink I ever had.
Good for you.
That was 11 months ago today, actually.
Hell yeah. And prior to that, too, like, I'd been riding his ass because you wrecked a four-wheeler. You were fucked up, wrecked a four-wheeler, fucked your back up.
I forgot about that.
Drinking, you know what I mean?
Oops.
Yeah, oopsie.
Just fucking drinking. And so sobered up, was like, hey, and that was our guys' night prior to that, because we needed a guys' night. I work a lot, he works a lot, and we just needed that release to just go and get the fuck away for a minute. And it was our Thursdays. And so, you know, when you were still drinking, we would go out to a bar, you know what I mean?
Right.
You could always find something to do. You're
Right.
drinking.
Yeah.
And then sobered up, and it's like, fuck. And we kind of fucked around for like 2 or 3 weeks, and like we didn't know what to do. And I was like, dude, you've got to find something.
Yeah, I got to find something.
You got to find something like a hobby, like something that you like
need
to
a
do.
vice.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be that, but you need something.
Yeah. I was like, what do you like to do? And he's like, well, I like comedy. I was like, well, fuck it. Let's find a place here in town and let's just do it. And I had met Glenn months prior randomly
at
Bears.
Oh, at Bears?
He was doing a thing at Bears, and I was like, oh, fuck. Like, there's some funny people here. First time I'd ever seen him, and I went and spoke with him for a while, and I said, yeah, I do comedy, and this and that and the other. And he told
Was
me
he
about
an asshole?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Like he did not want to talk to me at all. I was a brand new guy to him.
Yeah. No, I can tell you what he said to me the first time I talked to him, but go ahead.
I broke the ice a little bit, and he said something about LOL. And so anyways, I started telling Chris, like, hey, man, like, let's just go down to this comedy club. And I don't know if we wrote jokes prior to going down there or how that actually worked.
I think... Well, I had some shit that I'd been writing but never wanted to do stand-up because I was like, fuck it, I'll just drink. Like, this is fine. I just had some shit in my phone kind of written, but I wasn't serious. But we went to that Missing Link show, and I remember, like, 3 of the comics were dog shit. And I looked at Nick and I go...
Oh, you saw me perform.
Yeah, I saw you, man. No, your set was great. But I was like... I looked at Nick and I was like, I'm funnier than these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah. And I was like, fuck it, yeah, I'll come do the open mic. And the next week is when we went to Mark and Clyde's show over at LOL. And I remember because they were like, I wrote a 5-minute set. I'd practice it all week, recorded it, listened to it over and over and over. And Mark was like, he walked up and he was like, if this is your first time, you get 2 minutes. And I was like, Jesus, fuck, I don't have 5, like, already ready. And he's like, and you get a free drink. And I'm like, well, I don't drink. Like, I'm trying to not do that. And he's like, or you can do 5. And I was like, okay, cool. And he called me up and he was like, you want to do 2 or 5? And I was like, I got 5. He's like, all right, cool. And I went up, and right after, of course, the nervous, shaky shit, like the whole like, oh, fuck. But I'm up there, I did my whole set, and Mark, after he came up, and he's like, that was for real your first time? I go, yeah. And he's like, keep at it, man.
Yeah.
Like, that was fucking great.
Yeah.
I was like,
So it was cool, like
Nice.
encouragement on like very early on. It was like just some encouragement, you know, and it was like maybe this is something. And then maybe not to go too much into detail, but we just wanted another spot to do it at.
Yeah.
We seemed like that particular place wasn't the most beneficial at the time, and we just wanted more places. So we're like, hey, let's find a place. And prior to the sobriety, we would go to Tiki and kind of hang out. And so we were kind of familiar with them. I'd spoke to Jack a couple of times and Blair, the bartender, a couple of times. And so we kind of, a couple of weeks into LOL, we just ran over there and said, fuck it, let's go ask them. We asked them, hey, can we get a Friday night? And they were kind of hesitant at first because they were like, oh, we've tried comedy before, it doesn't work. I'm like, no, just trust us. Like, I know social media stuff.
We're completely different than
everybody that's ever
else.
tried this.
Trust me.
We're good at what we've never tried.
But, you know.
That's right, yeah.
But, yeah, they said, fuck it, do it. And so we did it. And the first show that we did, we ran some promotion. This is prior to having Joel doing any kind of videos or anything like that.
Yeah, it was just me and you on that.
I just do, like, I have a social media agency now. Prior, I didn't have it, but I was building to that. And so we just filmed stuff, content on a phone, and we did these videos, and he did like these really funny like Coach Chris videos and stuff like that.
Were you sitting behind a table or something?
No, not on that one. The Coach Chris was actually down in his downstairs bedroom, and he was just like, let's just do something like a coach or whatever. Well, I used to do like promotional videos over at Landers because of Joel. He'd be like, hey, I trust you doing this shit. Let's just run one real quick, and I'll edit it down and post it. I was like, all right, cool. So he was like, just like be like a coach. I was like, all right, fuck it, I got it. And
he grabbed this marker. He's like, Coach Chris here.
Yeah, just straight into it.
And I didn't expect the shit at all. And I was like, oh, fuck yeah, this is great.
So we cut.
Chris
we cut it. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, how was that? And he was like, fuck it, let's run with that one, man. That was great. I was like,
we did 2 of them that day.
Yeah.
We did another one, like a kind of like a country one. And anyways, we ran both of those videos on Instagram. We did a little bit of promotion behind them. Those we didn't even do paid behind it. We just kind of spammed
it was all organic.
Yeah, it was organic. And we did that probably a month prior to the show.
Yep.
And that first show, we ended up having about 80 to 90 people come. And we're like, okay, like we kind of have something here.
Good job, fellas.
Yeah, thank you.
Very good job, fellas.
So,
because I've been to plenty of shows where there was 5 people.
Yeah.
3 of them were comics.
and you know, that's another problem that we saw, like at no shots, but like at LOL, like we just saw that like nobody was really coming, and
not for the open mics.
Show.
Their regular shows, they have a they put advertising behind it. They've got
Yes.
names behind it.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the problems with the open mics is people read the names and they're just not familiar with it.
I think the thing is, and the way that we're kind of flipping it on its head is like people will say open mic and then not take it. The people on the other side of it, the comics, don't take it maybe as serious to tell everybody because it's an open mic.
Yeah.
And so,
Or they just don't take it serious. Period.
Yes.
and there's this thing.
There are those that are here. I mean, look, I've been guilty of both sides of it, taking it too serious, taking it very, and not taking it serious enough.
Yeah.
I want to ash. Try not to.
Just do it, man. I did mine too soon, too. So
Let it ride.
be with me, man.
Let it ride.
Let it ride.
Fuck it. Let's see how long we can get it going,
I
man.
beat Scooby the other night. Sorry, I drifted. So
No, you're good. So it was just like let's just try to take it a little bit more serious and put something behind the open mic thing, and I kind of have some understanding of like why this happens. I think my assumption is because I used to do music. I was a music producer for a while, and I made something happen with it, kind of. And when you're in that space, a music producer, you're creating the content, you're having to edit the content, you're having to promote the content, you're having to reach out to the customers. You have to do fucking everything.
Yep.
And from a creator's perspective, the creator's curse is you just want to fucking create. You don't want to do all the other shit.
Yeah.
And so thankfully, I just kind of pushed through that and learned a little bit about both sides and going, like, you have to have both parts. And this is where, when Chris started doing it, this is how I kind of felt like here was my place, is to be able to help these guys understand, like, yeah, y'all just fucking create it, and then we're going to figure out how to get this thing promoted and get people to the shows.
Yeah.
And it's been working out.
That's awesome. Well. The teamwork dynamic is what has to be what makes it work.
Are people able to see what's on the screen? No.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, what you got?
Oh, I was just curious. I didn't know if they could.
Yeah,
see.
so
I was going to send you the Coach Chris one.
Yes, or is it on YouTube or something?
It's on Instagram.
Let's see.
But I can send you a link somewhere.
Yeah, if you send it to hismancaveproductions@gmail.com, and yeah, I can get I can let people see the screen. I'm fancy. But this was what I was so excited about meeting, you know, the group that y'all have here is, if y'all are interested, if we can figure something out, I would love. I mean, you see my whiteboard. It's
you got plans.
It's full of stupid shit.
Yeah.
And I mean, I wrote a short movie that it's not funny. It's just, you know.
Gmail?
Yeah, at gmail.com. hismancaveproductions@gmail.com. Let's see.
This is the very first thing we ever
Was that
did.
the first one?
It was the very first one.
We ain't got no sound, man. Where we at?
I just didn't. I'm a dumbass.
I haven't seen this in so long.
Me neither.
Just something quick.
That's good.
It caught though.
That is so good.
I think one of them ended up getting like 5,000 views.
Yeah.
Got Mark do y'all's logo?
Nope.
No, my wife.
His wife does all
Fuck
our
yeah,
flyers and
family
shit.
business.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
So like my wife does.
Mark charges me a lot of money when I ask him to do a logo.
Oh, yeah, he's good. He's good, dude. His wife charges me the same.
Yeah, no.
That's a great.
I've used
That
the
is
fuck out of
great.
her.
That is fantastic. I liked it. And you did that from a cell phone?
Yeah. So like the social media agency that I run, we have a couple of clients now, but the thing that a lot of people fail at, in my opinion, is that they try to overproduce things. And in today's world, especially when you're looking at content creation, you need quantity instead of quality. That's not to say that you get rid of quality, because that was okay. Because at the end of the day, these people are seeing this on their phone. So to go and spend hours and all this time coming up with the script and this and that and the other, you're wasting time just going and saying, hey, do it, Coach Chris, sound good? Boom, do it, you know, and then we put it out there. So all of the clients that we have, we record their stuff on cell phones, because that's the way that people are viewing the content. It makes it really fast for us to put it into production, like when we run it and add subtitles and things like that. So yeah, everything is done through a cell phone.
That makes me feel so stupid, because I'm 42 years old and I'm still thinking old school, because I'm thinking I don't consume my content via my phone. I'm an idiot.
You do?
Yeah. Well, no, I don't really.
You don't?
No,
None?
no, I mean, some, yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you see me share something, I was telling Scooby about this the other day. You see me share something, I'm taking a shit. Now you know what's up. You know what I mean?
And
You need a cup?
No, this is all. I'm going to swallow it. Like
Here's
a
the
good
funniest
boy.
thing, man. It's like another one of those curses.
I knew I liked you.
What is it?
I said I'm going to swallow it like a good boy.
Nice.
Another one of those curses is, like, if you end up being in the product, like let's say you're like doing sales, right? You'd be like, I wouldn't buy this, but other people would. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're trying to like sell a shirt or whatever, or sell a service or something like that, you're like, it's not my thing. And so like the same thing for the content creation. Like I don't consume my content on the phone, but that doesn't mean that like fucking everybody else does.
Yeah, no, that just makes me an idiot, to be honest. I mean, that's why I'm sitting here. As soon as you said that, I was like, huh. You know, like, fuck you, boomer. Like, fucking, why wouldn't they? You know what I mean? Like, I watch my son, my daughter, all three of my kids do it. And it's like, Jesus, of course they do. And that's one thing I've been worried about. It's like, man, this camera sucks. You know, I did recently for recording with my phone. I got some lapel mics for the iPhone.
Nice.
Hadn't tried them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Fucking.
I got them though, motherfucker.